breaking the wall of restoration with indigenous knowledge. Nondas Ferreira da Silva, Instituto New Era, Brazil.
So, welcome to Breaking the Wall with Restoration with Indigenous People. My name is Nondas, I'm from Brazil. I am a forest engineer and also the founder of the Institute New Era. It's a non-profit organization which supports indigenous and traditional community to restore the ecosystem and to restore hope. Now, imagine a place bigger than France, UK, and Germany together. This is the Cerrado, the savanna of Brazil, my home. Cerrado is one of the 36 global biodiversity hotspots and also home of 5% of all species in the world. It also regulates South America's rainfall. However, 50% have been already destroyed. It's a huge biodiversity that it's been gone forever and faster than Amazon. It's been destroyed by forest fire, illegal logging and deforestation, monoculture, mining, and also soya production, bringing my people to face thirst and migration. And the people who have protected this land for centuries, indigenous and traditional community, are often excluded from restoration and development process. So I ask, what if restoration could also restore dignity and income generation? So, our solutions combine ancestral knowledge with social inclusion. We use a technique called muvuca. Please repeat with me, muvuca. Great. This is an indigenous word that means mix of seeds that we sow in the soil. With this technique, we can engage and also restore through science and ecological movement. We have been already developing 400 capacity building training, 400 people training through 48 capacity building. And also empowering youth and elder to become active agent for restoration. So far, we have restored 50 hectares and planted over 50,000 trees. We also have been recognized as a good practice by the Food and Agriculture Organization, the FAO, through the Framework for Ecosystem Restoration Monitoring. We also have partnership with some Germany organization. And that's me, with a jatoba tree. It was a seed like that I planted, and in 1 year, it becomes a tree bigger than me. So, developing capacity building with traditional communities, it's also about bringing happiness to them. Engagement, sharing knowledge between different ages, adults, ancestors. It's bringing knowledge for where sometimes educations don't reach, but action reach them. So here you can see a little bit about our work and this training with them. But we just not only train them, they also teach us a lot, and mainly how to take care of nature. Well, our goal is to scale up our model and to restore 10,000 hectares by 2030 and creating more than 2,000 green jobs and double women participation. And when I see young people collecting seeds with pride, when I see indigenous women leading restoration, I realize that we are not just restoring land, We are restoring belonging. We are restoring identity, and we are restoring the future. I dream with a word that restoring nature is also restoring ourselves. And I believe that restoring nature, it's believing in a future that dreams can come true. And you can be part of that. Obrigado. Yeah,
Do we have questions? I think Mario, yeah. Do you really need a sign now?
Thank you, Nondas, for also incorporating traditional knowledge with science. I have two questions.
Okay.
So you're working with First Peoples, native communities. What made your communication with them easier? That would be the first one. And the second one is, can you tell us more about Muyuca in the sense that what is this mix of seeds and what is this giving nutrients, that particular blend, giving nutrients back to the soil?
Okay, so the first part is the communication part. Well, I'm lucky to be part of the community. So the indigenous communities are part of my people, of my ancestor. So this is also facilitate the communication, but also developing communication skills that are usable, understandable for them, and using also methodologies that we bring also visualizations, graph, infograph. But I think the most important thing is to create the opportunity for them to use the restoration as a source of income generation, so they don't need to migrate for looking for a job and stay in their place. The second part is the muvuca. So the muvuca, it's a mix of seed. And why this mix of seed is important? Because we are talking about biodiversity. Everyone in this room is different. And every seed, it's part of the ecosystem. Some of them will germinate, some of them will not, but they will serve as food for animals, ants, and also as nutrients for fertilizing the soil. And sometimes some of them will germinate in the first year, sometimes in the second year, but we are doing what nature does, spread the seed.
The mic.
Yes, thank you so much. I would like to know who's getting the courses, who's applying for the courses, and is there more engagement after they have the courses on their own? Can they work with that? And how is the evaluation you have?
Yeah. So we first started this capacity building 5 years ago through a UN project in my region. However, through this UN project, we are also developing a business model with them. And now those communities, they are joining together and building cooperatives, so they can also keep doing the work, because companies must compensate the deforestation that they are doing. We must scale up restoration if we want to have a future. Brazil is also hosting the COP30 now, and they will look to the global leaders will look at each other and they will say, we fail. And yes, we fail. But we are the generation now, and we don't want to fail. So we are also developing this business skills with them, so they can run it. Nowadays, we have 2 traditional groups in my region, the Geraizeiros, traditional communities, and the Chacriabá, indigenous group, that become seeds networks. And they also receive the capacity building, but they are also now contacting the companies and the governments directly, so they can also support restoration, not only in your land, but also in other parts of Brazil that needs restoration.
Well, thank you. It's an excellent project. I really love it. I just have 2 questions. One we might have already addressed it, but I want to ask it anyway. Like a lot of restoration project, how do you make sure that the restore site won't suffer from the similar threats and degradation that happens before, like, because it can be a loop, right? And how have you conducted any monitoring of the restore site, like, let's say for the biodiversity, etc., and how does it differ from the original natural undisturbed area? Do you have those data?
Yes, the point now is also a question for indigenous people. What we're going to do with this forest afterwards. So what we are doing is transforming this forest in agroforest systems. So systems that are really similar to the nature, but they also implement species that these communities use. So it restores, and in the same way, it generates some kind of products for them, fruits, herbs, and also seeds. And we also do monitoring. So after implementation, we keep monitoring to see the vegetation rate, how is the deforestation is going, if we need to do it again in the same area. And in Brazil, we have 12 million hectares to be restored by 2030. So we need to mobilize more than 20,000 seed collectors. So it's a lot of people, but it's working.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah.